Hey YouTube, how's it going everybody? This is your homeboy Donald 4 and I've been kind of you know reflecting on a lot of things in my past and um where we stand at in from the beginning of time. And what came to the conclusion was, how strong is your faith? Even though I don't go to church, but when I feel down, when I feel like I'm in a bind, the Bible is what I go to. And the Bible is what I go to, and it comforts me knowing that it just comforts me. And beginning of time, God created the heavens and the earth. There are two aspects of Adam's first wife. The Old Testament in the King James Version, the very first version of how the Bible was written and everything, it said God made image in his own creation, which is male and female. Well, he put Adam into a deep sleep. Well, the first wife that he had originally made was Lilith. Well, then Lilith didn't want to be dominion over Adam. She fled because she got mad at Adam for not wanting to do what Adam wanted. What she wanted Adam to do. But when she fled, God created another woman for Adam to mate with, which was Eve. Now, there are things, in the Bible that I question on sometimes. If the Bible is really leaving some parts out on what really happens in that time. Because the Bible has been written over a lot of times over the years. But the faith is still strong. People still read out it when they are down. Because what they do is that they try to find answers. They try to find answers to resolve the question on what they are looking for. And every time when they... Sorry about the noise in the background. I'm doing laundry right now. But they look for that inner peace in their minds when they read out of the Bible. They will look for guidance when they read out when they read out of the Bible. If you still don't go to church and you're a firm believer in God, does not mean you are a hypocrite. It does not mean, you're not a God believer. You can still follow his ways. You know, doing what is right instead of what is wrong. And still be a believer. You know, I'm not a pastor or anything like that. You know, I'm just a normal young man who tries to get knowledge from God Himself, the one that created us. You know, really technically, Lilith is the mother of all humans. She was literally the first mother than what Eve was. Eve was the descendant because she was under Lilith. But the thing of it is that the Bible has been written over so many times, edited so many times. Chapters are left out that people don't really talk about. I was watching on YouTube the other day the Book of Enoch, and you know I was trying to learn about the Book of Enoch. Well, in the Bible of today's like rewritten version doesn't have the chapter of Enoch in it, which they left it out. Because really, technically, Enoch is a chapter where he went through hell. The main character, I can't remember, Solomon, or no. I think it was Paul. I think Paul went through hell and went through all the 7 gates of hell, and he was trying to find his way through and, you know, see what hell was really like. And then he went through the darkness and seen the light, and then came back up, riz, and, you know, all that stuff. And they just leave it out of the Bible today. And to me, you know, if you're gonna rewrite something, edit something in a book that's very, very important, don't leave chapters out. Don't leave information out. Don't leave the main stories out of the chapter. Because really, technically, you go on the internet, if you look up, who was Adam's first wife? Well, it'll say Lilith, the goddess, mother of darkness. Which it would say that would be the first wife of Adam. But when you go to the Bible, it'll say Eve was the first wife of Adam. Which, well, you have one thing telling you the other, and you have the other telling you this. Well, me, I'm going by both, because I have a book on it, and they give me more information about Lilith, Adam's first real wife, and it told me everything about her. And then that's how Samuel became in the Bible. That's how he was born. that's the thing. It's just mind. It's just mind blowing sometimes on how things are in life, because you never know. You never know on what really lies in the truth. You know, you can read out of the Bible all day long. Yeah, find your faith. Faith is important. I'm not saying it's not. But it's been written over and over and over, edited over and over and over. It's like, you know, what's the real version? What's the real version of the Bible? You know, if anybody can answer that question out there, you know, what's the real version? You know, these are, this edition here, it was made in the 2000s. You know, it's been rewritten by man or machine. But I do know that the ark is real. I do know that Noah was real in the Bible, because they found evidence to believe that, you know, the earth flooded at one time. Because they found out that Noah made a covenant with God, you know, saying that he'll save every animal on earth to breed to give life. But no matter what, God is always good. No matter what, God is always good. You know, when I'm down sometimes, or when I'm in the down mood, it's like, you know, I go to, man, you know, if I can't find answers, you know, I just pray to him in my head, you know, I just tell him, you know, hey, you know, find me to have strength, you know, find me to have energy, or find me to, you know, be the better person than I am today. And now tell him, you know, guide me on the right path where I need to be at. And so far he's done good. But I've kind of, you know, since I've been drinking a little bit. I'm not drunk right now. I'm sober, but probably later on tonight I'll probably have maybe a few. I don't know. But it's Friday, you know, I like to get loose on Fridays. Sometimes on the weekends. But in the Bible it talks about drinking, you know, drinking wine and stuff. You know, they did it back then too. And they're saying, oh, drinking alcohol is a sin. Well, really, technically, if all the legends in the Bible of all heroes in the Bible that people look up to this day, that look up into this day, on the stories the Bible tells, that the story that the Bible tells, well, really, technically, Bible heroes, they commit sins too. You know, God's people back then in the Bible, they commit sins. You know, and because they drank. And they had lust, you know, over women that they loved. And even though they weren't married, and they still had lust for each other. And so, really, technically, um, that's still going on today. Still going on today. So, like I said, always find faith, do what is right, be happy on who you are, what you're about. Faith is important when you are down, uh, when you're feeling blue, or whatever, for some other reason. And, you want to find peace. You want to find peace within yourself. And I tendency to realize, instead of having so much anger in me and from the past, I utilize that anger through my training. I utilize it through my training. But what does it do to me in the long run? Makes me still hurt when I do it through the anger, through my training. It don't make me no better than the other yet. But me, I just, I always, thank to God every day, pray to, I always talk to him in my mind, I always tell him, hey, get me through this day, even when I'm tired, even when I'm not feeling that strong, I just tell him, hey, get me through this day, no matter what. I said, that's a blessing there. It's always a blessing. So, I look at it this way, read your facts, do your research. Sometimes on what you read may not be always true, but your faith will always be true because that's something you believe in. That is something you believe in. It's your faith. Whatever faith it may be. But that's what you believe in. 7 McDonald 4, signing out.